Hello coding aliens, welcome to my YouTube channel Code with Aki. How are you doing guys? In this video, we are going to introduce another powerful hook that is use effect. This is the second video on React hook series. We have already learned the use state hook. If you have not watched that tutorial, check the link in the description and in the cards in the right corner. So we are launching a whole React hook series which contains all the hooks tutorial ranging from basic to advanced. This whole series is beneficial for all those who want to learn React hooks and all those newbies with who are going to introduce the React or who are just learning the React, right? So we will cover the whole concept through example and detailed slides. So let's get started. Or one more thing, if you have not subscribed this channel, because I'm going to drop a whole clone project of YouTube shorts, so in Mern stack. So if you have not subscribed this channel, please subscribe this channel to learn all the tech related stuff. So let's first of all sum up what we are going to learn in this segment. We are going to introduce the use effect hook usage, means where we use the use effect and how can we use this. Next, we will see a live coding example. Then we will have a execution of use effect hook, and then we will also cover a conditional rendering, what the conditional rendering stands for, and the last that we will discuss the component life cycle, which is very important. If you guys have a background of class component, or you are guys familiar with the class component, you are familiar, you will definitely know what is component life cycle. And if you are a beginner, then we will make it very simple for you guys to learn what is component life cycle and how the use effect will affect this component life cycle. So let's see. So basically, what is use effect hook? Basically, it accepts a function which contains a imperative possibly effectful code, means it is just a combination of what we have a different life cycle when we use a component, a class component. So basically it accepts a function, right? It just accepts a function. I will cover the whole thing with the help of an example, or if you want to learn it through the slides, this is the perfect way to learn it. So basically it just accepts a function which contains a effectful code. Effectful code means it just render, right? It just render when the components load. It will update on when we have just update the state. It just effect the state if there will be any change, right? So basically it just accepts a function which contains a effectful code which will be triggered when there is a change in a state, right? Okay, so let's have some important points of use effect hook and what we learned from this. So basically, by default, use effect run after every completed render, means when the components completed render, by default it it runs automatically after a complete render of a component. Another point which is very important, it just perform all the cleanup functions which runs before the component is removed from the UI to prevent memory leak. It is very important concept that you guys want to learn about use effect, and this is the way why you guys use effect instead of this class component inside of this. Basically we use effect and the use states and all those hooks in the functional component, and we have already explained why we use a functional component with the hooks in our first part, which is in which we have discuss about the use state hook. If you have not watched that part, I strongly recommend you to just learn why we use hooks, what is the rules for using hook, and any other which is a powerful a basic hook which is the use state hook. So to learn all these things it's just in a continuation. So basically you just want to learn first use state and how use state work, then you can just shift to the use effect, right? So basically it just perform a cleanup function with a subscribe or unsubscribe method, right? So we will explain it through an example, right? So it just perform a cleanup function that runs before a component is removed from the UI. Means when the component is just going to remove from the UI, clean up it just clean up the memory. Means it just prevent the component to go into a direct memory leak. So it is a very very important here. Another is it serves the same purpose, which is a three most important thing. If you guys have a background of class component, then it is very very important for you. So it just serves the same purpose as component did mount, component did update, and component will mount. So it just a combination of these three functions. If you see here, the component did mount and the component did update and the component will mount. This is just, you guys can simply use effect to overcome the difficulties of having three components, as you guys can see here, three functions as you guys see here, which is a component did mount, component did update, and component will mount. So basically use effect will do exactly the same thing what these three functions do. So it is very very easy for us to use effect. It just saves a lot of time. It just saves our a lot of time in coding or debugging any other issues. So basically it's just very very important, the main points that we have discussed here, the three main points here. Okay, so we have two more important points here. One, it should be declared inside the component so that it can access the state and the properties of the component. So it is the rule, it's just a rule to declare a use state hook, or just use the use effect hook inside the component. So when you declare the hooks, the use effect hook inside the component, so it can easily access the state that you have declared already using the use state, and it can just simply access the properties that you just pass it from a parent component or just a children component, right? So the properties that it will get from the parent component can be accessed in the main component that you have just built, and you just declare the use effect hook. So basically you guys have to declare the use effect hook inside the component, and so that it can access the state and the properties of the component. And the last, which is very very important, that it just in every value that is referenced. So every value referenced inside the effect function should be appear in the dependencies array. So basically what is the dependencies array? So this dependencies array is what we will use inside the effect function. So basically if we have any dependencies, that it will be triggered according to that object or the element, then you have to pass that object or element inside the dependencies array. So we will get this clear get this clear when we will explain it through an example. Or if you can see the syntax, I will explain it in a bit. So here just take a look at the syntax here. So basically, as you guys can see here, this is a function which is a effectful function that accepts it, and this is the dependencies array. So basically what you guys will use here inside of this function means it just depend upon the function, or it will just trigger according to that things, if you have a conditional statement or any other thing, if you have a map function, we just that just depend on an object, then you have to pass this object inside this dependencies array. Means when there will be any change in that code, means that when there will be any change in the state, then this effect, use effect, will be called one more time. Just I will just make it clear. Like if you just put it like this, if there is a player, means you just add a if statement there, and here you in the condition you just add if player is equal to, and we have a player name just MS Dhoni. So when there is a change in the state of this player, so when the value get updated for the player, then this use effect will be called. So it just depend on the dependency which is a player, and when there will be any change in the player dependency, this use effect will be called at that called to that time. So how much time it just change, then the number of the times it just use effect will be called. So basically this is the syntax here. So next, now it's time to learn it through the coding example. So I hope you would like this whole slides, where we have covered the syntax, the important points that we have the functions, and what we have learned in this segment. Okay, so we will explain it in a bit with the help of an example. So let's get started using an example. So So basically you can see here we have already a project that I have already created here using npx create react app, and this is the example that we have used in our previous use effect hook tutorial, use state hooks tutorial. So if you have not watched that tutorial, it is very, I just recommend you guys to just watch that tutorial, because we have covered the use state there in that part. So basically we have already done with our project module, that we have just want to create a boilerplate react application using the npx. We are done with this. If you just watch this, if you are new here, then what you have to do, you just go to your terminal, and inside of this terminal, what you have to do, just fire the command npx create react app, and the name of the project, or if you want to build and just want to just put it in the same directory, just put period and the forward slash, right? So you guys have to just put here npx create react app, and here just put the name of the project. So this is the way for which you guys just get started with the react application, that is a boilerplate react application. Okay, so this is the way of doing this. Okay, so now we already have this boilerplate react application, where we have implemented the user state. Okay, so you can see here we are using a model here. So when I click on this, we have a model open, we have an increment button, we have a decrement button, and we have a close model here. So this is not our topic for this. We have to build a use effect hook, just learn the use effect hook. So basically how we can do this. So if you guys can see here, so here you can see here the initial state is 0. So I'll just make it as it is. I'm just going to declare a use effect hook. So how you get approach to use effect hook. So basically as I have discussed in the slides, that you guys have to declare it inside a component in which you just able to use the state and the properties of that particular component. So basically you have to declare it inside the component. So here we have a function component with the name of app here. So here we will declare this use state. So you guys have to simply put here use effect. So here you guys have to simply import the use effect from the React, and it will auto import from the React here. So here the just take a look at the syntax here. So basically if you guys take a look, so this is the syntax that we have seen in our slides here. So if you can see here, so basically this is a effectful function that it accepts a function. So basically here it is an effectful function. I've just make it bigger. I just make it a zoom. Let me just I just zoom the component at here. So I'm just talking about this. So this is a function, right? So this is a function, effectful function, which will be triggered when we have it just get triggered when the components load, or if we have any dependencies, then it will be triggered at that amount of time. So use effect hook will run, it just make sure that this code, means this use effect hook will run one time in entire life cycle of this component. Means if you have not passed anything inside this dependencies array, if you have not passed anything, right? So if you put the dependency array as blank as it is, then this use effect hooks, then this whole effectful function will run a single time when the component load, no matter what. It just run single time, no matter what. It just run a single time. Okay, so when you just pass any dependencies that it just depend, this whole effectful function just depend here, and you pass the dependencies here, then it will run the amount of time the dependencies state will be changed. So I will explain it through an example which will be very clear from. Or one more thing, React use effect is preferred because it prevents the application to go inside a memory leak. So basically when the UI is painted, means the another component, when the another component load, then it just makes sure to clean up the stateful function. Okay, so it just prevents the memory leak. How it just prevents the application to go into the memory leak, which is a very important thing you guys have to consider here. So let's learn it through an example to explain the whole things here, right? So what we will do, we will first make a auto increment function that will increment automatically after every 2 seconds. So how we will do this? So inside of this use effect, one thing is clear from here, that when the components load, this use effect will run a single time, a one time, no matter what. If either you pass the dependencies or you have not passed the dependency, this use effect will gonna learn a single time, no matter what. Okay, so if you pass the dependencies inside of this dependencies array list, then it will be run that amount of time, then the thing that you have passed inside the dependency array will be changed. So how much time it changed, then that amount of time this use effect of the function inside of this use effect function will be will going to run here. So here I will just create a set timeout function, right? So basically we will have a timeout function, and here we have already have an state. So if you guys can see here, we have created a two state here, a count and the model and the set model, open and close function. Here we have this, and we have this model, and we have the increment and the decrement function that we have already completed in our the first part, that is a use state hook here. So here we will going to simply update the count here. So we'll simply update the count here. So set count, and here inside of the set count we will inside of the set count we will simply put we'll just increment the count, All right, we just increment the count by 5, and it will be incremented after every 2 seconds. So that's why we have passed 2000, that is millisecond, 2000 millisecond, which is equal to 2 seconds. And now one of the most important thing, you guys, this effectful function, that is the set timeout, depends upon this count. So if you guys can see, it just depend upon this count state here. So you guys have to declare or just define this count state inside this dependencies array, right? So you have to simply put the count here. So when there will be any change in the count, then this use effect will gonna run at that amount of time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to simply save this and I will show you here. So you guys can see here inside of this console here, we have the state initially is 0, that we have already set the state initially 0, and we have a state which is a false, which is for this model that we have here, right? So I'm just going to simply save this. So let's save this and let's open the model. So when I opened the model, now you can see here the state is turned true, and now you can see here it is automatically incremented by 5, right? So it is just automatically incremented here, right? So when I click on this, so it auto incremented here 45, 46, 50, 51, 55. So it just auto incremented using it's just auto incremented, right? After every 2 seconds, right? So we have done this, we have built this using the use effect here. So this use effect gonna to run a single time, right? No matter what, if you either pass the dependencies inside the dependencies array or not, it's just gonna to run that time, that amount of time there, right? So we have this set timeout here. So I'm just going to simply put it 5.5 second. Now you can see it will be auto incremented 0.5 seconds, and now you can see it is auto incremented here. So basically we just want this thing to happen when we just open the model, right? So what I will do, I will add a condition here. So if the model will open, then run this then run this set timeout function. So model will be open when we click on this open model button that we have there. Okay, so let's put it inside this curly braces. Let me put it down here, grab this. Okay, one more thing, here you can see here we have this model open. So basically this use effect will depend upon the model open also, because this is a state, because this is a state, model open is a state, and it just get updated when we click on this button. You guys can see here this open model button. So when we click on this open model button, this state will be updated, and we are using this inside of this condition or if condition. So you guys have to copy this and you have to simply provide inside the dependencies array, right? So it will not throw any error there now. So let's have save this. So we have saved this, and now you guys can see here what we will do, we will just refresh this. So let's refresh this. Okay, so here it is not it is the state is initially 0 for the count, and the model is closed here. So when I click on this model, now it will get incremented here after every 0.5 seconds. Okay, so we are making we are just make this in a condition. So when you will open the model, then this will it will run, otherwise it will otherwise this set timeout function will not be called. So our main motive is to define this use effect, is because we just want to get these things in a proper manner. So where we can use the use effect, so basically you can use the use effect where you just want to render something initially when the component loads completed. So when the components load completed, right? So after that you just fire the command anything, just like when the component just loaded. So then you can simply add these things inside of the use effect to get these things to run when the component just get just when the component just get loaded completely, right? So basically we are done with this use effect here. I will explain it through one more example, so uh, to get the exact thing. Okay, so let's add another example to build the concept of the use effect. One more thing, the application of the use effect hook where you can use this. So basically, when you are fetching the data that is from the database, you can use this use effect. Okay, when you just read any data from the local storage that you have saved the username, password, and any other the things that you guys want when the component load, when just after the component load, when you want that thing, so you can use that thing also inside of this use effect. You can also use the use effect to register or deregister the event listeners. So basically, it is very important concept of the use effect that you guys have to learn it through an example. So this is a basic example, and I'm just going to build one more example mm, to make this use effect look a bit easier. You guys have to just make a practice of the use effect hook, or you can simply follow my videos that we have a lot of clone projects that we have done with the Quora clone, Twitter clone, Telegram clone, Instagram Reels clone that is put it, going to be launched on this channel in no time, right? So you can simply watch that all these tutorials. We have a React music application, ClickBudge clone, all these things, right? So in all that things we are using use effect a lot of times, so it will be very easy for you to learn from there also, right? So this is the way how we can add the use effect inside our functional component and just make these things look pretty much easier, very lucid and very simple for the whole coding sum that we have seen here. So basically, when I click on this open model, you can see it is incremented here. So we are when I close this, now you can see it is the state is paused, right? So you can see here the state is paused with 45 here. When I click on this, now you can see it is now once again incremented. When I close this, it just paused at 90. So this is a stateful things that we have completed here. Okay, you can simply you learn many examples of this use effect hook, like a random. You can use effect in the random quote generator. If you want to build a random quote generator, basically you have a long list of quotes, right? So if you have a long list of quotes, means 1000 and 2000 quotes, and you just want to appear the quotes after every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, you can use this use effect to simply render all the quotes randomly after every 5 or 10 seconds using this use effect here. So basically, the use effect is what it just accepts a stateful function, which is a callback function that will be called when there will be in change in the state, or it just be called one single time in entire life cycle of this React component. So basically, no matter what, it just get run a single time. So I think that will be that will be the use effect that we have here in this part. Hope you would like this tutorial of the use effect hook, and if you have any doubts or query regarding this tutorial, you can feel free to ask the questions in the comment section, or you can simply suggest me the next hooks that you guys want to learn. So just comment down the next hook tutorial that you guys want to learn here in the comment section, or if you guys want a prior dedicated answers to your problems of in the React tutorial, so you can simply me the message on the Instagram. I will drop the link in the description, or you can simply check out the link in the description. I will drop the link there. Okay, and one more thing that that I'm just tell you guys that the next React hook that I'm going to that I will just going to put on this channel is use context, which is very important if you guys want to make a dark mode or the light mode applications. So this will be very important to build a context, and will explain how the context will be using in the React hooks there. So if you are new here and you have not subscribed yet, I will strongly recommend, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to never miss any videos, the quality videos that we have put it on this channel. Okay, you can simply share this video tutorial in your friend circle or group to learn, or just spread this tutorial, or the way I teaches the React hooks. I hope you would like this tutorial. Till then, we will meet in the next part. Till then, take a look once again at the application here. It is running, right? So till then, take a look. Bye bye.